Hi, I hope you had a good day. I just want to share with you a concept called the Iceberg Principle. We all know that an iceberg is actually a mountain of ice floating in the sea, but the reality is that what you see on top of the water is just a small part of the real big mountain of ice hidden underneath the water. And when you want to understand exactly how big the iceberg is, you will go underneath the water in order for you to see the size. And most of the time, it has been discovered that, like I said, the vast, uh, greater size of the iceberg is underneath the water. This is a principle that we can apply to spiritual things. Because in spiritual things, we have things that manifest in the natural or things that we see with the natural eye, which we have to understand that underneath those things, most of the time, there is a whole vast and bigger world of the spirit that actually is responsible for what is happening in the natural. I remember the words of Paul in 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 18. He says, "Whilst we look not at things that are seen, but we look at those things that are not seen, because the things that are seen are temporal or subject to change, but the things that are not seen are eternal or not subject to change." By implication, that would mean that the things that we see are small compared to the things we do not see, meaning that the things that happen in the natural have less power than those things that are in the spirit. Or the things that are seen are subject to the power of the things that are not seen. Just like when you look at the small protrusion, actually, that is seen on top of the water, the real mountain responsible for that small protrusion is actually the vast and big mountain underneath the water. And so if you want the real interpretation of what you are seeing in the surface, you need to learn to go underneath the water and to see what is the cause, what is the actual size of what you are looking at. Because when you look only on that which is seen, you don't really see the root of what you are seeing, which is underneath the water. Meaning that if you don't learn to get into the spirit, to go underneath that which is just seen, you examine what you see from the perspective of the spirit, you are actually going to miss to understand what's the real cause or what's the real size of what you are seeing. What am I saying? I'm saying you need to learn not to just take everything on the surface. You see COVID, you don't just accept it on the surface. You have to ask God, Lord, what is this? What is behind what we see in the natural? What is behind it from the realm of the spirit? Even when you look at other sicknesses, family problems, financial problems, political problems, you don't just accept. Even things that are happening historically, like what is happening in America right now, where we had this unfortunate incident of the man who was shot by the police. What is behind it? And when we learn to always ask the question, what lies behind what we are seeing, we will see the root, and it will be easy for us to be able to deal with the situation rather than struggle with it naturally. May the Lord give you understanding of this principle. Till we meet again. Bye.